On this cold fall night here in November, ball goes up to Cabra. That's Ramirez looking to slide it through, and it's going to roll all the way for Heed. It's rolled over to the far side. High pressure here for Ramirez. Back it goes to the keeper. He's going to crush it downfield. Gregory Adams is the only Bullies player there on that end. That's going to be sent to the middle of the field. Poked up into the air and headed forward again. That's going to bounce out of play. Throwing is coming here for Bowleys. Christopher Yoakum. Fires it down the sideline. That's going to be centered up. Peter Gonzayo tried to track back and take it away, and that ball's going to roll all the way over to the far side of the field. Wind is really whipping now here in Eastern Regional Park.
Welcome in everyone to DMV Sports Media. Thank you for the patience as we dealt with a little bit of a technical difficulties. Tyler Lochte on the call, Gio on the color, Dono on the main camera. Everyone, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and like. 0-0 at the moment.
Islanders looking to change that. Ball goes over to the far side of the field. That's Ruku. And it's going to be knocked down out of play. Ruku trying to rescue it. Gets played downfield for Gonzayo. Now it's going to be sent long. And offsides there was Gregory Adams, who just raised his hands and said, can't go for that. Little give and go there. Ball gets played down the sideline. Morris tries to play it into the middle. Oh, it fell nicely there for Cabre, but he could not turn and find a finish. A tight contest so far, Gio, between these two teams.
Patrick Thompson there making the run right there is actually a professional indoor player. He has spent some time with Baltimore Blast, currently on a Baltimore Blast contract and a Harrisburg Heat contract.
Yeah, Patrick Thompson is a heck of a player. This Capital City Islanders team, like I was trying to say earlier, Gio, it's so much fun when we can get these matchups when you've got a team from down here in Essex playing against a team from up in Harrisburg. It's just a game you would not usually see except for the regional playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely adds flavor to like the teams that are competing in whatever league that they're competing in. It just adds a little bit of flavor and a little bit of like, hey, this is a new team, new scenario. We're seeing a new faces we're facing, new colors. It just adds to the flavor.
On the far end of the field, ball will be collected there by Heed in net. And again, I think there's definitely some pride on the line here tonight, Gio. This is the best of the best in each of these teams' respective areas. They're trying to prove that they're not just the best in their own city, that they could be the best in this region as well. And that's really fun to kind of see that play out.
Yeah, I mean, either of these teams would love to walk away with 3 points in the victory here. It would mean a lot to, one, their club's history, and two, just the season in general. I mean, there's so many players here that absolutely put heart and soul. I'll hold that thought.
Down the far sideline goes Puku. Puku looks to send this in, and it was there again for Cabre. Gio, number 9 in purple, has found himself in the middle a few times now. That seems to be the Islanders' MO, just find him on a cross.
I mean, the speed he's displaying, why wouldn't you want to put it at his feet? He's absolutely been the speedster, and every time makes the right decision.
Puku looks to center it. Ramirez tries to slide it through, and offsides there was Cabre. His speed is definitely there, but not when he jumps early.
Puku, too, is another speedster. We're talking about someone that can absolutely put his horse on and just fly down that sideline.
That's had to be sent down the far sideline, but taken away. Islanders get it right back, though. And leaving his goal to come and scoop it up is Heat.
Hyde is one of those keepers that every single time makes the right decision. Every single time knows what he's doing and makes the right decision and comes out just in time to collect and literally does bail out his team.
So now we have Bullies with it in the attacking half. Really even affair, honestly, Gio. We've seen both teams with possession on the attacking end, maybe slightly favoring the Islanders. They've had a few more looks, especially because of this guy, Cabre, through the middle. But again, Bullies certainly hanging in there early. Very, very even matchup between these two teams. And I think it's always just a big mystery, Gio, when you go into these playoff games, when you've got two teams from two different areas. Just how are they going to match up with each other? And so far, they look about the same.
I mean, this is why some of those games, you see it when they're starting off. It's just like they're testing each other. They get to know each other. It's a little bit slow in the progression. And then second half, you know what these teams are all about. You know what you have to do. And that's what we'll see as both teams get a little bit more comfortable facing each other.
Yeah, you definitely got that kind of sizing up period. And again, the leagues, they're not always created equally throughout the country. If you dominate one league, you might struggle in another. So it's just so hard to tell how good a team is until you put the ball midfield, you line up against them.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually when you're going to know what the team's all about, is when you're standing eye to eye and you're playing each other. You're going for every 50-50. And this is what makes it fun, though, right? Is that unknown. You're like, all right, what is this team all about?
This is going to go there. Free kick here for the Islanders. Pass will come back here to Bender. Over to the far side for Altmore. Altmore slides it down the far sideline. And it looks like Bullies, Gio, starting to figure out the Islanders. They want to work down the sidelines and try to work to find those crosses. They're sort of overloading on that left side right now, Gio, and that's where a lot of the offense has come from the Islanders so far in this game.
Yeah, I mean, the speed they have on that left is absolutely been doing wonders already. So you have to keep an eye on that. And then combine that with their number 9, who also has a bunch of speed. This Islanders team is something to watch out for. Bowleys has had such a great season because of the speed, because of the technicality. But I think today they have a bit of competition on that side.
Yeah, they've really met their match. I think it's fair to say. It really feels like it's just wide open here between these two teams on this chilly night. Cabre couldn't get there. Ball gets played out on the far sideline. Throw-in coming here for Capital City.
Capital City slowly walking their way up on that sideline.
There is that long throw headed backwards. Hyde just ran over to it, booted it over towards the bathrooms.
Hyde, absolutely no nonsense. He's not one of those keepers that takes a risk. He just clears it out and sends it the opposite way and says, no, not here. I don't care if we need to defend this corner. It's just not coming in my box.
So now it will be a corner from the far side. Here for the Islanders, looking for the back post. It's going to be headed straight up into the air. The race for the ball, however, is won, and that shot is still sailing high from Apuku.
Apuku is that player we were talking about, how fast he is. Well, that's him. He's the one that's going to be the outlet on that left-handed side, and it's going to be a long day for Austin to keep an eye out on that speed.
So this ball booted into the middle. It's Morris turning. Finding a pass to Thompson. Cabre tried to trap it down for Ramirez, but taken away here by Bowleys. And again, it seems like the last 10 minutes, Gio, it's been all Islanders as they win it again. Martinez cuts into the middle. Looks to play it through for Morris. Morris has a shot blocked away. Second effort for Ramirez. Sails high over the goal.
Yeah, I mean, that Ramirez had a bunch of space there to just try it. Why not try it? Austin Hyde, obviously not worried there, but why not try it? Capital City has had the better of the first half. They've been the more offensive side, but I think it's not to do with their offense. It's more to do with this back line. Every single time the center backs, the center backs or Thompson gets involved to make something happen and quickly get Capital City on the front foot.
Little 1-2 here. Aladina goes over to the far side. Stopping there is a Puku. Puku turns and finds a pass backwards. It's Derek Ramirez. Tries to send it across, and it's going to be headed just out of play over on the near side. Throw in here for the Islanders. Morris is going to take it. Little touch there, poked up into the middle. And Hyde read that well. So he's able to make the save. And that was Patrick Thompson showing his ability at the other end. Here's Gonzayo crashing there into Grant Glorioso. Number 10 with his pace, Gio, certainly somebody to look out for.
We talk about an all-star player in the semi-pro world, or we're talking about a Rastosi forward, now a Bowleys forward, obviously. What a player. What a player. You got to see him all summer. Now you're getting to see him in the winter in the round of 32s.
Yeah, Gonzayo, he is electric. I don't know how else to describe him. Over on the far side, that's going to be run down there by Sopa. That's Gonzayo getting the touch, but taken away by Ramirez. Islanders working it all the way to their back line. A pass over to Thompson. Thompson looks to center it up. Now Thompson played it down the near sideline. Thumbs up from his teammates. Somebody just didn't make the run. Bullies trying to establish some possession here. Coming all the way back to play that, Stephen Copeland. That ball's going to be played forward for Gonzayo, but just over his head. Here's Thompson near side.
Hello to all those in the chat. We appreciate you tuning in. Tyler Reed, Elf Worshipper, Christian Cruz, Manny Oman.
It's gone out for a corner for the Islanders. See if the visitors can find a way to strike here. Sent long, back post, and headed away. Gonzayo, what can he produce here? He's going to play it downfield for Gregory Adams. Adams, not sure what the plan was there yet. Guys on either side of him, maybe expecting one of them to cut into the middle. That didn't happen. It kind of feels like Capital City really settling into this game.
Yeah, I mean, Capital City, both teams are really going to have to figure things out, but Capital City let's remember, they had to travel here. It's not like they're down the street. So, obviously, tight legs. They need to shake them out. The cold is going to take a little bit for them to get up to speed, but we're starting to see them really shine here on the offensive side and defensive side. They have been very solid. Before I turn this back over to you, thank you to, I want to say it was Manny who let us know that we had our score screen wrong. We have fixed it. Thank you.
Here comes Bowleys. Few players making runs. Pass goes over the near side for Guads. And he gets taken down. No whistle there. That gets played over the far side. Puku turns, makes the pass back to this D line. Puku now with some space. That ball's flying over towards us. Thompson keeps it in with the header.
Thompson saving the camera equipment.
Pressure coming there from behind.
Chris Yoakum talking about a player for Bullies. That's the captain. It's been their captain this whole season, and he's lived up to every single moment he's worn that captain band.
Here's a takeaway and a vital stick out of the foot there by Asari. That ball gets played over the back post, nobody home.
Asari's one of those players that we probably don't mention enough, but he's on the ball right now, and he's just been so great in that midfield for Bullies.
Bullies still looking for their first real opportunity here as that gets deflected all the way back to the keeper.
I'll say this, Bullies has been a team that has been a little bit more of a counterpunt transitional team these past couple games we've seen them, and it looks like that's what they're going to go with this game, at least so far, right? Because they haven't been able to take possession and control the rhythm. It's been Capital City who's been doing that. Now we'll see if those things change, but if things stays as is, Bullies is going to have to be clinical in those transitions.
And ball's booted down the field. Take it away. It's a great step there from the back line. Can Bullies get some possession here, Gio, start to settle down? It kind of feels like it's been Capital City asking a lot of the questions here. Moving forward with it here is Starr. He plays it over the far side. Here's Gonzayo. Look to center it up. He wanted Adams, but it's booted away. Up for Ramirez. Ramirez had pressure coming on to him from Sopa. Goes out of play for a throw.
Former Captain Sopa. He's always a character to see on the field.
Bouncing ball. Crowd there by Copeland. A lot of pressure on him. Right over to the near side. God, I just really like, Gio, how well these players from Capital City, they're just always pressing. They're always moving around, and the work ethic from this group from Harrisburg is on full display tonight.
I mean, this is a team that has some, I would say, indoor influence because of how much they're pressing. I mean, that's indoor right there.
Oh, what a pass there by Ramirez to Morris. Morris looks to slide it through, but Bullies just keep on getting feet in, blocking that final incisive pass. That's played through for Starr, but well ahead of him. Glorioso is there to field it.
I like how some of the Capital City teams, their players had their name on their jersey. You know they've been around that long where they're like, yeah, you earned this.
Certainly helps me over on the sideline telling who's who. I'm not going to complain about it ever.
No, nor would I. I'm just pointing out how, like, you know they've been around.
Well, it's interesting. I think
something that you see that often.
Yeah, in this division, you really don't, like in UPSL, you really don't see that. And a shout out to Capital City for committing to the players and obviously keeping the players around long enough for that to even be an importance. Also speaks to the caliber of the players, right?
Yeah, there is some really, really talented guys on this field for the visitors. That gets played across, and Hyde reads it perfectly on the bounce, scoops it up. Capital City doing everything right in the build-up, Gio. It's just that final pass that's been off tonight for them. But it feels like it's a dangerous game to play if you're Bullies, that you're eventually going to see that opportunity pop up.
Look, I'll tell you this. We saw this earlier today with Steel Pulse and Baltimore City. Baltimore City was doing everything right as far as possession-wise, but not threatening on the front foot. You can be possessive all you want and control the rhythm, but if you're not threatening on that final third, it's not going to help you.
Bullies, they're just trying to get something on the counter, Gio. And that's, again, like you said, kind of what we've seen from this group at times this year. You got to maybe wait for Capital City to make that one mistake, and then that's when you can strike. Played down the far sideline, just a really good step there by Ryan Kreider.
I'll tell you what, this matchup over here with Gawads and Thompson is going to be really exciting to watch. We've already seen them collide twice, and Thompson has gotten the better of the two, but it's definitely one matchup that I'm watching and keeping a close eye on.
Here's a takeaway going the other way for the Islanders. Kreider misplayed it over to the near side here for Cabre. Made him run long to go and track it down. All right, looking for help in the middle. Gets poked back to Morris. He tries a shot deflected, and Kreider is just going to boot that out of play.
Coach Mark with the touch over here.
Just saved our cameras. That was a great touch, too.
That's what I'm saying. He's obviously told me he's retired playing, but yeah, he still has the touch.
Thompson read that like a book. Here's Morris trying to work his way down the field. Goes over to Ramirez. Overlapping here is Craig. And take it away, Peter Gonzayo. Beats one, plays it forward for Adams. Gonzayo making the run far side. Adams gives it to him. And Gonzayo creates some magic. Works his way downfield, takes the shot, deflected into the middle, and it nearly got to Adams. Gonzayo now with the block. Adams takes it, looks to center it for Starr, blocked up into the air and out of play. And that's going to be out for a goal kick. Good job there by Bowleys, just keeping the ball at that end.
Yeah, no, can we talk about how all the defenders immediately got back and were throwing themselves on those shots? Very impressive recovery for Capital City.
Capital City trying to move it down that left side yet again. We've seen that from them. Feels like all game long, Gio, that's been the MO. Just build from that left side. They've started to work it over to the near side a little bit with Morris, but for the most part, it's been coming in from the left, their offense.
Yeah, I mean, they have the speed on that left, right? Why not use it?
Yeah, and they have gotten balls across. It has been working for them. I'm not saying go away from it, but I think Bullies are starting to figure out how to stop it, Gio.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. They got to get a little bit more diversification on how they're playing or how they're trying to attack. Bowleys here, because once Bowleys figures you out, it's really, really a long day, because they'll start to use their traditional play and that counter-attack football style that they love so much. So definitely need to change it up.
This ball's sent into the mixer, bounces right into the hands of Glorioso. I think the plan there was just to maybe hope for somebody to deflect that, but there was no such intervention in the middle of the field. Islanders with a takeaway.
Apologize to the fans for the wind. It's howling.
It really is. It is very cold. I hope you're somewhere warm watching it tonight. That's a good look. Oh man, Buku would like that one back. Bullies getting a little bit lucky, Gio, with some of the mistakes made by the Islanders in the attacking third tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I mean. If you can't figure out that final third, Bullies is going to allow you to have the ball. They've done it all season. They're not going to change now.
That first goal is really going to affect this game big time. Let's see who can score it.
For sure. Capital City, though, is doing great at breaking down Bowleys, at least up until the final third.
There's that pace again. On full display by Cabre. Plays it back to Ramirez. Looks to send it down for Morris, blocked. And it's a race for the ball on the far side. Sopa trying his best to win it, but up against Cabre, that is a tall, tall order. Centered up here for Bender, who's come up from the back line, and now he's going to retreat. Martinez tried to get fancy there. Snuffed out by Bowleys.
Look how quick Capital City's defense is there to react to whatever Bowleys does.
Yoakum tried to play it forward there for Adams. But it rolls all the way to Glorioso. Glorioso not in any rush.
Glorioso had so much time to do whatever it is that he wanted to do because no pressure from Bowleys was coming.
That's rolled forward for Cabre. And a nice job there by Yoakum to just get a foot down, knock it away. And again, we've seen a lot of that tonight by this Bullies defense. Just when it matters most, they're able to kick the ball far enough away to disrupt the attack. Thompson cuts into the middle, passes it over the far side.
The first time the defense puts them under trouble, for Capital City, it has to be a nice feeling to have defenders that can move the ball like that.
Oh, yeah. They look very comfortable back there whenever they need to.
Great tackle there.
It's a really, really good step from the back there by Galadina. There's a shot from distance, maybe a little bit too ambitious there, Gio. Blocked easily by Bullies.
You gotta try him, right? Let's add to the statistics. You never know what can happen. We saw it earlier.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's right.
That's played high, headed backwards, and out for a corner.
Given what we've seen today, how scared were you for Yoakum right there?
Yeah, we saw a own goal that decided the Super Soccer League Maryland final earlier today. Yoakum really had to get that right, Gio, and he, I think, was just trying to head it on, so it rolled out for a throw. And instead it has gone out for a corner, and it's an interesting play here for Long Island. They pack everybody in tight. That ball is loose. Bullies want a handball. It rolls out of play for a goal kick anyway.
Yeah, Bowleys was celebrating that because they saw that it was no handball. It was gone completely out of bounds, and referee agreed and gave him the call.
Taken by Apuku. What a slide tackle there to get it as clear as Derek Ramirez. Now Ramirez looks to slide it through. Great pass and a goal. Capital City have struck first. Josiah Ramirez with the goal.
Let's take a look at that replay. It was beautiful. First of all, the setup was immediately the pass, the turn, had enough space where he could take an additional touch and then have the shot. That was beautifully done. Austin not really in a position where he could do much for that or from that.
Josiah Ramirez from Derek Ramirez. And it's Capital City who lead 1-0.
Yeah, now how does Bowleys react is the key right here, right? If they quickly try to get on the front foot, we know what kind of character Bowleys is showing today. But if they don't, and they allow Capital City to keep growing in confidence, I think it's going to be a long day for Bowleys. Because that goal came with inches from the defender. It wasn't like he was completely alone. He just turned and gave himself seconds to have that shot.
That might be all that you need down the sideline here for Ramirez. He keeps it in, fresh off an assist. Look to center it up there for Morris. Nearing the end of this first half. Ramirez. Got centered up. Pass will go back there to Jake Altmore.
We'll keep an eye out to see how much stoppage time is added, but I can't foresee too much being added. It's been a relatively clean game. I haven't seen too much on the foul side or, you know, slowing down the play or anything.
Ball bounces over to Thompson on the near side. Number 88, always a target. Gets centered up. Dina taken away. Oh, but how about Ramirez just flying in, intercepting it again?
He's not.
Galadina, long effort. Not enough there to beat Hyde.
Austin almost getting caught there. Ball took a little odd bounce off of his hands, but did enough to react and keep the ball with him. But Austin Hyde already second time that he's had questions asked of him, and very shaky that second time.
Well, gets rolled here to Thompson. Wow. It's just so fun to watch this Capital City team just move the ball around, Gio. Everybody just seems so comfortable, especially towards their back line and their midfield. Everybody just has a plan before the ball gets there. Here's Adams.
Look, Capital City is one of those teams that, we said it, they have been together for some time because of how comfortable they are is what gives it away for me. Like, they play a pass, they don't even have to speak to each other. They know they're there. Ramirez has done it like 3 or 4 times where he just shows up and the ball is just played into his path that he's making the run on. Like,
yeah, I completely see it. I mean, it's just so impressive to me, like, whenever the Islanders get the ball at their feet, like I said, sometimes it's only there for a second, Gio. It's only one touch, and it's a no-look pass. They just know where everybody on their team is. The awareness is just incredible. And there is the whistle to end the first half. The Islanders, they struck first. The Ramirez to Ramirez combo working great. We've got 45 more minutes of football coming up here in the Cold.
how fast did that time go? That's amazing. Incredibly how fast that time went. Well, we're going to sign off here for the second half, or sorry, we're going to take a break for the midway break, and then we'll be back for the second half. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. Capital City 1, Bullies 0. Welcome back to DMV Sports Media. This is the UPSL round of 32s. Bullies 0, Capital City 1. What a match we've had the pleasure to watch. But as you trickle in, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button and sit back and enjoy the second half of this matchup. For this half, you'll have Capital City in the purple going from right to left. Bowleys in their gray and blue going from left to right. 45 minutes left on the clock in regulation and 45 minutes for Capital City to move forward. Now, Bowleys may come back and have a response here, but as of this moment, Capital City will be moving on to the round of 16s. This is national play on the line. This is the most exciting time for UPSL teams and UPSL fans. So we're going to sit back and enjoy this as you trickle in, as I mentioned. For me, hit that like button and definitely hit that like button or subscribe button. Chris, welcome on in. This is going to be the last 45 minutes of regulation. Obviously, we have some overtime if we cannot find a winner after these 45 minutes of this second match. But Capital City is going to get us started here. Opoku wearing the captain's band. I actually did. He was sitting on the other side when this match started. I didn't realize that. He is the captain, but with all right, as he should, because he's been absolutely phenomenal. Ramirez here playing it back, and Sopo with the tackle. Greg Adams has an opportunity, cuts in, finds some space. Can he take the shot? Well, what a recovery run for Capital City. Now here comes Ramirez. Ramirez looking for support. Does well to hold up the play. Gets brought down, and referee says that is one too much. Blows for the foul, and Capital City is going to be getting us back underway here in a moment. Thompson receives the play, and now, by the way, these teams did not use up the 15 minutes in between the breaks, so they're ready to go because it's getting chilly. Here comes Ramirez. Ramirez plays it to Opoku. Opoku, the captain, versus Sopa. Opts to cut back as the recovery run from Gonzayo. Now Craig looking to put Capital City on the front, but forced to cycle back, and now all the way back to the defense. We mentioned it in the first half, how comfortable Capital City is when that ball is in the back line. Well, there it is, the reason why. Thompson plays a beautiful through ball and almost finds a square into the box, but Austin Hyde comes out and ruins the party. Now Bowleys look to play the long ball, but Capital City reads that oh so well. Craig in between Gonzayo and gets the better of the two, and now Capital City trying to get on the front foot. Carabe not able to collect, and now Bowleys is going to have an opportunity. Absolutely whiffs the pass. Ramirez cuts it out, and now Carabe puts on the through ball. Sopa gets a touch to it. If it wasn't for Sopa, we could be looking at Opoku running down that sideline and getting across on. Now here comes Ramirez. Ramirez forced to go back. Are those two Ramirez's? Is that what I'm seeing? Ah, yes. We're going to have to put the initials L Ramirez and R Ramirez. Craig on the ball here, sends it to Karabi, not able to collect. Now Kreider finding Gawadz. Gawadz giving himself to Asari, and Asari drops it back, and then the ball is turned over. Here comes Thompson. Thompson plays it down the line. A big tackle. Referee says play on.
Yeah, that was Morris that got taken down. And again, I've really liked what I've seen from Morris, wearing number 11 in this game. I mean, it's hard to miss him, Gio, with those shiny green shoes, but he just always seems to be in the middle of things as Ramirez takes it into the box, gets knocked away.
Tyler, guess what I just found out? there's two Ramirez's on the field.
Well, I guess that, like, again, I remember you making the point, man, whenever Ramirez gets the ball, I feel like he's just all over the place. You were right. I mean, it does seem like there's a Ramirez getting a touch every second. That's because there's two of them, both of them, Gio, with a goal contribution tonight. One set up the other.
Yeah, I mean, now it makes sense why I was thinking that Ramirez was everywhere. Austin Hyde.
Oh, how about the bicycle kick attempt there? Right in the hands of the keeper. Down the field it goes. And out of play for a throw. That gets tossed. A play by Apuku. Got to the foot of Gonzayo. Craig is set to fire this in.
Apologize for the technical difficulties there. Screen went out for a moment. This is windy weather.
Ramirez goes down. Ref doesn't see anything there.
Ramirez is still down there. He was making some shouts of pain, and the bench for Capital City absolutely livid that he didn't call that foul, and Ramirez now slowly getting back up to his feet. Having some colorful language there.
UPSL round of 32 here in this freezing cold weather. We're braving the elements for you. We hope you're home nice and warm. And Gio, when you've got this type of weather, you know it's a big game this time of year. As that weather gets colder, as that sun sets earlier, that's when you're playing the most important soccer.
It's hilarious that that's the case, because we have all of Open Cup going on next weekend. Right now we have the UPSL round of 32s playing. Yeah, this is interesting when the most important is when you're the most cold.
That gets fired in, kicked back out of play. And it's funny because, like, when you think about European soccer, the finals and the leagues for that closes up just at the start of the summer when it's the hottest and when the days are the longest. But now the sun's setting at like 4:50 for a 6 p.m. kick. It's been dark for an hour before we even get going.
Yeah, it is a funny thing to think about. I will say that I don't know if I'd rather play in the summer. I think I'd rather keep it the way it is.
No, it's nice because I think it gives you more incentive to play hard when it's cold, because you just want to move all over the place. And Josiah Ramirez, who already has a goal tonight, has now been shown yellow. Gio, this game far from over.
Yeah, I mean, Ramirez not too happy about that call, saying that it wasn't worth a yellow card, but referee thought otherwise, and now Bowleys is going to get underway here at the feet of Kreider. Bowleys, you know what? They'll take anything they get, even if it's just a yellow card. Playing down, we're playing down by 1. Any inch, you're buying.
Kreider's going to send it forward. And it just takes that one goal that can really change this match. Gets knocked down. Pressure there from Thompson. Takeaway here for Bullies. And they will work it backwards.
Good old train. That's how you know you're in Bullies quarters.
Yeah.
Shouts of not agreeing that the ball should be going Capital City's way.
booted high in the air. Still no subs made for either side. And as I say that, looks like a player getting ready to come on here for Capital City on this cold, cold night. That gets slid down. That's a good ball. Centered up for Star. Second effort, Adams. We're tied at 1. And it just took one chance, Gio. That's all Bullies needed. And we've got a whole new ball game.
You gotta love to see that. Adams coming all the way to his bench to celebrate with his brothers after maybe a split second, similar to what Capital City did, where it was just a half a second, a half step, where he got free and was able to have a shot on goal. And Adams is never gonna miss from that angle anytime, or that distance, in fact.
Luke Knoll, an immediate sub here for Capital City, wasting no time to change things up after the goal is scored.
Looks like there was a bit of an injury there, and that's what the substitution comes from. And it was planned before that happened. I think Bowleys may have benefited from the delay in that.
Yeah, that's one of the key defensive players, Galadima, who leaves this game with an injury. And you're right, Gio, maybe that played a part. That goal just felt so against the run of play, especially at the end of that first half. I mean, they just felt so good. Capital City really did feel great with how they were playing that game.
A big foul here as Poku gets brought down, and it's called in favor for Bowleys, or sorry, Capital City. Capital City is going to now reset the game here. It was a very nasty foul. The referee said it was just warrant a foul, no card, and Capital City gets us back underway. But
again, Gio, like I was saying, that goal just changes everything, and it felt like Capital City were closer to a second than Bullies were to a first. Now it's 1-1. It's a whole new game.
Well, that's what we were talking about, how Bowleys is so good at the transitional play. You got to keep an eye on it. And sure enough, Bowleys got it on not really a transitional play, but it was a moment of play where they were able to just change the direction, take a touch. Adams just turned it, found the net, and that's all she wrote. Now it's all squared affair. Substitutions made. Star comes out for Bowleys, and Horgan makes his way onto the field.
What does Horgan bring to the table for this Bullies club?
Horgan brings a fixture in the midfield, a CDM, a defensive midfielder that really likes to battle every single contest, every 50-50, and definitely adds a calmness in that midfield that I think right now Bullies is going to need, as Capital City is going to try to find that second goal.
Gazzayo goes down, a bit embellished there. You can't blame a guy for trying, though.
Hey, look, you got, what is that saying you said? For every shot
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, well, you
not a shot, but
no, I was just gonna change it. You don't get the calls you don't try to get. So you got to go down, right? If
yes.
There's contact on
I understand what you mean.
You got to go down. Look,
if there is a bit of contact, you understand it. And again, it's been so hard for Bowleys to create offense in this game, Gio, and you've got to give a ton of credit for Capital City for that. But for Bowleys, hats off to them, because the one time they got a look, they took advantage and they buried it. And that's what good teams do. If you can only get one look, you've got to turn it into one goal. And
well, now you kind of understand why Bowleys is in the position that they're in,
right? Because
many of their games have been a one-goal difference, a two-goal difference, and this is why they're not the team that's going to get 1,000 shots on goals, but they're going to get the one that counts.
They're a team that all year long in the UPSL, they've just found ways to win. As Adams is held up, tries to cut it back. Wow, he's done well to keep the ball at his feet. Still Adams moving forward, finally losing it. And that will deflect out of play. Goal kick. Much to the dismay there of Sopa, who ran down to the ball.
that's incredible how Adams was able to keep the ball, fighting off 2 defenders. It was very incredible how he was able to just muscle just 2 people. He had one behind the other. That's like highlight.
Yeah, I mean, Adams, you said it earlier, Gio, after the goal. He's the type of guy that, he may not get many chances a game, but he's so efficient when he has the ball, and he has that hunger that maybe comes with being that striker that doesn't see too much of the ball. Whenever he has it, he tries to make the most of it, Gio.
Look, Adams is definitely hungry. We've seen him in all kinds of variations of this sport where he just looks for goals. He might not have, like we said, the most attempts, but when he gets one, he's going to find a way to put it in the back of the net.
Far side, good takeaway. This goal has really seemingly rejuvenated this Bullies side. You get a goal against the runaway. I feel like that so often happens. Maybe because the team on the other side that's kind of been controlling things usually kind of panics a little bit, Gio. They try to immediately take that lead back, and Bullies surviving the punch here right now for Capital City, but Capital City are so dangerous. Seppuku, it's taken away. Good step there by Ryan Kreider.
It's funny because I was just going to say that it's like Capital City got punched and they weren't expecting it, but I think Capital City has bounced back pretty decent here because they've applied so much pressure on Bowleys that they have forced a lot of turnovers, but right here is the man that came on, and I mentioned calmness. Well, you see it. Oh my word.
Some nice skill.
Sorry, always coming up for a little bit of showcasing his ability.
But again, Gio, you just made that point, and I completely agree. I think my first takeaway from 5 minutes in watching this Islander team play, everybody works so hard. They're constantly moving. They're constantly pressing. There's no wasted step, it feels, with this team coming down from Harrisburg.
Why they're in the round of 32s. Because the work rate is there, the organization is there, the way they communicate is there.
Man, a dangerous pass there just snuck around Adams. That's a giveaway you can't afford. Far side, Morris won the race, but too strong of a touch, and it goes right to Hyde, who's always ready to leave his goal for a play.
Dude, Austin Hyde is probably one of the keepers I've seen put more miles than any other keeper because he just loves coming off his line.
That's the new guy in, Knoll. He tried to play a ball into the middle. It's so hard, I think, to get up to game speed when you're sitting in a nice coat on the sideline to being thrown into the action. Here in the cold, oh my, that shot came out of nowhere from the far side by Gwads. Forces a nice save by Glorioso.
Gwads absolutely putting in a banger of a shot. Gwads has done that a few times this season where he absolutely from distance just finds a way to put a shot on goal and almost coming out with a second goal.
Cabre plays it back for Knoll. And those are the touches he needs to get going. Those simple short passes can really settle the nerves off the bench. Great ball in! The header is in! Cabre gives Capital City back the lead.
Cabre, the cross came in. He didn't even hesitate to just slightly redirect it and finding the back of the net, and now Bowleys is down 2-1. And seemingly the way it happened to Capital City has happened to Bowleys. They've kind of got punched and didn't even realize they were getting punched.
I don't know, Gio. It kind of felt like that's been coming. Those balls into the middle for Cabre. We've seen it all night long for Capital City.
Yeah, but I mean, even look how much distance or how much space the cross had before it was sent in. And Cabre, that's a mistake I've never seen from Copeland, giving the defender or the offensive player that much space in the box, and you saw it from his reaction. Once the ball went into the back of the net, Copeland just stood there with his mouth open because he was not expecting him to be there.
Here's that high press again from Bowleys, forces a bad pass. That's what a high work ethic does. It forces mistakes. In for Cabre again. Goes just past him and out of play.
Yeah, Capital City does not give Bullies any time. It's press, 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 press. Whether you're in your back line or up top.
By the way, how about that finish by Cabre as well to hit that into the side netting? Gonzayo shot out of a cannon. He gets there in the corner. Tries to keep it in play. He does. Gonzayo works his way into the box, cuts it back, shields the ball, waits for an option. Now he will find the pass there to Sopa. That ball sent in, back post. It's headed away and now cleared away by Ramirez at the far side.
That's when Bowleys is at the best, is when they're on the front foot, making Capital City track back and making Capital City make that transitional play. I think that's when Bowleys has a competitive advantage over Capital City. But once the play has settled down and that transition has happened, Capital City just immediately rhythm, pace, control, and then that's it. But those transitional moments is when Bowleys, I think, is the better of the two squads.
It's kind of like the final that we watched earlier in the Super Soccer League where you had Steel Pulse, a team that really just thrive in the chaos. As Cabre got a foot in there but couldn't direct it towards the goal. And I kind of agree. I think Bullies are one of those teams too where if you're making mistakes, if you're playing sloppy, Bullies is the type of team to punish you. Capital City, though, is the type of team, Gio, they just don't make many mistakes.
Yeah, Capital City's just been so clean on the plays. They're always just touch here, move here, press here, and then always communicating with each other.
That ball was loose in front for a second. Played across. Oh, that's one that the Islanders would love to have back.
I mean, it almost found the back of the net. I'm thinking Bowleys got lucky there, or fortunate bounces, because that fell to 2 or 3 Capital City players that just weren't ready to take that shot. I will say Bowleys was pressing, so they did force the error to their credit.
One gets played back for Craig. All the way over to the far side. Capital City trying to build out from the back here. Rolled over to the far side. What a spin. And there's that skill you talked about from Sare.
And look who he does it on, right? It's not like Karame is absolutely a phenomenal player, and he does it on him. That's okay.
Oh,
Austin.
wow. Hyde getting around Ramirez. And away only he can.
Hyde says, yeah, I can do it too. What's more impressive, your midfielder doing something like that or a goalie doing something like that?
It's a great point. And it's so nice, I think, Gio, to have a goalie that you can trust to play the ball like that. Capital City trying their best to get something going down the field. Ball goes out of play. Stays here with the Islanders.
I don't know, but my eyes might be deceiving me there, but I think I saw Karabi a little frustrated there. Need to keep an eye on that because that could develop into something.
That gets slid back, poked out of play.
Can we talk about that pass from Poku? Just rolls it and then heels it off to his player making the run. This is a team that knows each other. This is a team that has played time and time again together.
I think a word I would like to use to describe this team from Harrisburg, Gio, they have a lot of confidence. They play with a lot of confidence. You see passes like that. That, you know, just only teams that are sure, only teams that are on the same page would try, and we've seen it a few times now. I've been very impressed by this Islanders team.
You know what? I agree. I think Islanders is a great team. But I also think Islanders is a team that has more history than Bowleys, because let's not forget, Bowleys only formed 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's incredible that they're up and competing with big teams like this. Gonzayo down the sideline. Can Bowleys find an equalizer again? Gonzayo tried to work his way into the middle, and it's tough when that wind blowing in his face.
The fact that he still has the ball.
Now it goes out of play. He's won a corner here.
I mean, the work rate to get that corner, shout out to Gonzayo. He kept it between 3 players from Capital City, wins his team a corner, and now Greg Adams to go take the corner for Bowleys.
Well, they say set pieces are the great equalizer in soccer. Can Bowleys find an equalizer from one? No, it doesn't beat the first man. Islanders trying to get this cleared away. Gets booted down the sideline.
Hey, you know what? I'm not mad at it. It's windy. Why put it in the air? Keep it low, put it in the box. I think their idea was right. I just think Capital City was thinking the same thing.
Yep. That gets booted downfield. Gonzaga trying his best to win that header. Slid down to Opoku. Opoku down the sideline. He wants help in the middle. He goes down. Whistle will go. It's going to be a free kick here for the Islanders.
Hello to all those joining, even you, Mr. Bean. Even you. Tyler Reed, it's a pleasure as always. Fire Boys. That's an interesting username, Fire Boys.
I could go for some fire right now. Get some s'mores. This ball sent across. Back post, loose in front. Oh my, that was real close for Joshua Bender, Gio. Man, look at this at the back post.
Joshua Bender, you know what happened right there? He lost visual of the ball when he went to duck to put his head onto that. I honestly think that was the wrong decision. I think he should have put his foot through that. I don't think he judged it properly and misread the trajectory of that ball. He could have just put it onto his foot. Austin Hyde
Slid foot again. Yep, Hyde keeps his poise, scoops it up from under him.
Did you say that was Joshua Bender? I wonder if that he's related to the Bender brothers here with Christos.
Maybe. I mean, I've been very impressed by Bender and this back line for the Islanders. Altmore, Craig, Thompson, who you've raved about, Gio, and then Bender fits right in with that great group. They've really only had one moment of letting Bullies have a good look. And again, they paid for it with allowing a goal. But other than that, this back line has been flawless. They've not really let much penetration through.
Yeah, I think Capital City has been the better of the two sides. But this is soccer.
Right.
That doesn't really matter.
And like I said, set pieces are the great equalizer, and we've seen some opportunities come Bullies' way in that front. It just feels like Capital City right now, Gio, they really want that third goal. They want a little bit of cushion, and they could really start to settle down.
And they shouldn't stop chasing that.
Absolutely.
If you're winning by one, you should never be. Did I just see someone get tackled like a wrestling move there? Asari brought down, pulled over the shoulder by Thompson. That's absolutely hilarious. Didn't know wrestling was also in his arsenal.
Didn't know that a team from Essex and a team from Harrisburg would produce such a physical game. This is playoff soccer, though.
Substitution here for Bowleys.
Emmanuel Cuadio is ready to come in.
We'll get confirmation of who's coming off. There is a player down for Bowleys here on this
Oh, yeah.
right side here, right in front of the Bowleys bench. I can't get a visual of who it is. It might be goal scorer himself, Greg Adams, but he is slowly getting up.
It is Adams. And that's somebody you really cannot afford to lose right now, Gio, when you're chasing a goal.
He is back on his feet. Substitution is called on.
So Cuadia is ready to come on.
Oh, he told him.
So it's going to be Maxon Sopa who comes out here for Bowleys. Cuadio is in. And Morris, strong performance from number 11. He comes out. He gets replaced by Humphrey. Or excuse me, Mahoney.
The technical. Oh. That was absolutely disrespectful from the goalie. Just to take the touch like that. The shot came on and he took the touch with the chest. I would be appalled if that was my shot. I would be wanting to get a second shot at that.
Yeah. That is, like I said, Gio, with this Islanders team, they just play with so much confidence, and you got to respect that. Gonzaga got pulled down.
Absolutely gets pulled down.
That's a yellow card on Altmore, who's running away.
Every time, all the time, that's going to be a yellow card.
Yep.
If you get beat like that and you pull the player down, yeah. Understandably why he didn't even argue with the referee.
He just turned around, took off, got in position, gave a thumbs up.
He was like, yep, I got it.
No arguments here, ref. Second yellow given to the Islanders today.
Kreider standing over top of it. He's going to look to play it into the box for Bowleys. One of these days, I just want Kreider to have it. He always plays it in for his team. He has a cannon. Why not try it? It's wind. The wind is against your back. Just rip it.
He's going to try to curl it far post, and it's been dealt with very well by the Islanders, who again have really been good in this game defensively. Looks like another sub is getting ready here for Bullies. That's Mason Christian.
I gotta circle back to a comment I was trying to get off before the Capital City goalie Glorioso disrespected that shot like that. The athletic trainer was going off at Capital City's bench because they were yelling at him as he was checking on the player. If you're an athletic trainer, just leave him alone.
Yeah, I don't understand that. And it looked like Capital City's coaches agreed, and they were like, yeah. I don't know. I can't even defend our guys in that. I don't know what's going on there.
He was like, yeah, I don't. It was pretty funny.
That's the trainer. Like, that's
doing his job.
Even if you're yelling at the ref, that's one thing. But this guy's just making sure everybody's okay. That ball is going to roll out on the near side for a goal kick.
Substitution here for Bowleys.
Let's see who will come out for Mason Christian. It will be Victor Bravo. So Bravo out, Christian in for Bullies.
Bravo is such a good player for Bowleys. If Mason Christian is coming in for him, it's because Mason Christian brings a different set of attributes, because both of those players are phenomenal and do not stop running at all when they're on the field.
And that's what you're going to need. You kind of have to fight fire with fire, Gio, and we've seen all night long. This is a Capital City team that does not take lightly, the harder parts of the game. They hustle their butts off from start to finish, and you have to have guys on the field that can keep up with that.
I just want to toot my own horn real quick.
Gonzayo goes down hard. Capital City disagree with the call. Ramirez is over yelling at the ref in disagreement.
Gonzayo back up to his feet after being brought down. Referee is going to have some words with the coach. Kreider's going to get us back underway. But I was about to toot my own horn about the pool, my semi-pro ball knowledge about Joshua Bender being potentially related to Ben Bender. A fellow commenter or a fellow follower, hopefully a follower, put in the chat that he is related to the Bender brothers.
Wow, there you go.
One of which still plays with Christos, and the other spent some time with Union and the Kickers. That's Ben Bender and Joshua Bender, FYI.
Well, Ben Bender, Maryland legend, spent time with Charlotte FC. I mean, that guy was the first pick in the MLS draft. I actually went to high school with him.
Ben Bender is a phenomenal player.
Oh, my goodness.
He came through the ranks of Christos and his brother Joshua as well.
Yeah.
Actually, all three of them spent some time with Christos, but obviously they all have moved on except Josh Bender.
Yeah, we took a programming class together. We had to be partners. Very nice guy, but that class was really hard. I don't think either of us had much success, and that's why we're both here working in soccer. That ball goes out. Far side for a goal kick as this wind continues to howl. This has to be the windiest day I think I've ever broadcasted.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's not the windiest day I've broadcasted in, but I'll tell you now, this wind just pushed my cameraman. I'm having issues here.
That gets centered up. Back it goes for Adams. Heavy touch. He's trying to run it down. He gets there. Another sub getting ready here for Bowleys. It's Brandon Texador.
Brandon Texador is a phenomenal player. We're talking about another player to the level of Asari that loves to take on a player one-on-one, loves to break down using his creativity, and does not mind having a shot. We'll more than likely see him distribute the ball, but is one that would not shy away from a shot. We'll find out who he's going to take off here. My bet is Gawads.
The ball comes flying over our way. Gonzayo trying to play it over the far side.
8 minutes left.
Not much time. Capital City would love to find that third goal, get a bit of breathing room. That shot gets deflected away. Puku has been everywhere tonight offensively. What do you like from number 10 in purple?
First of all, I didn't even know he was the captain until he came over to this side of the field.
That makes it more impressive.
Correct. And second of all, I've liked everything about this player, from the speed to the touches to the decisions. I think the only shortcoming is that he becomes a high target for the defense.
That's a shortcoming?
I think so.
Okay.
Because it takes him away from play, right?
Yeah.
If you're double teaming him,
but if you're double teaming him, somebody else is open. If you got a guy like that commands the attention, you could use it as a good thing, but you're right, it is certainly hard for him to get going, and especially a game like this where we saw Puku. He had so much of the ball early on, Gio, until we saw Bullies have to adjust to try to take him away. They found other guys. They found other ways to strike.
So Texador coming on for Gawads. There is a substitution getting ready here for Capital City.
That's Obiazi Chinadu, who's getting ready to come in, and he looks freezing. First player, actually, that we've seen get ready to check in with the shiesty on. I respect that look. That's a look that I have rocked before.
That's a look you need right now.
That is, yeah. That is, our other cameraman Dono agreeing, that is a great, great look. Lamar Jackson, Gio. It doesn't matter if it's week 1 in Miami and it's 95 degrees or if it's freezing in the middle of the winter. He rocks the shiesty every week. It's an awesome, awesome look.
Oh, he took it off, halfway off. It's ruined the look.
So Chinato with his shiesty are in the ballgame. Clovis Cabre, who as of right now has the match winner, is off. And it was a solid performance from Capital City's number 9, Gio. I feel like if you're a striker, if you get that goal, it's a job well done.
Yeah, every single time. Anytime you're a striker and you put one in the back of the net, you've done your job. So anything beyond that is just extra.
Right. And it was a great goal, Gio. It was a header. He found the side netting with it.
So I've been corrected by Solo Traveling. Ben Bender is with Phillies now. Philly Union rostered, or not rostered with them. Well, actively rostered with them, but obviously not a starter. And because MLS is behind a paywall, I couldn't even tell you what's going on.
Don't need to pay to watch us here at DMV Sports Media. Poku down the far sideline.
The best.
He's going to play it into the middle here for Chinato. Can he have an immediate impact here off the bench?
There's Poku again. Just always active, always involved.
Get centered up. Pressure comes all the way back here for Joshua Bender. I should have known he was related to Ben with that flow.
He just looks like him. That's why when I saw him, I was like, this guy, I know this guy. And then when you said his name, I was like, oh, I do know this guy.
Another sub coming on here for Bullies.
Nate Ramsden.
Ramsden, yep. Getting ready. That gets knocked down by Adams. Headed straight up into the air before it could get through. Maybe Gonzaga would have had a chance. That's a very, very important header there.
I'll say this. Bowleys has seemingly run out of options on the front foot. They've kind of been playing the patchwork to keep this a 2-1 game. But Capital City has been doing so well keeping them on their own half.
Yeah.
We haven't spent much time on Capital City's half, or at least final third.
Can Bullies get something going? They do not have much time.
Will this be the end of the Cinderella run?
If you ask Bullies, it is no Cinderella run. And to be fair to them, they have earned their spot here. There's 3 minutes left to go here in regulation. Not much time, but Gio, as long as there's time on that clock, Bowleys, they believe this is a confident group. This is a team that, again, all year long, they've found ways to win. That's just too strong down the sideline there for Josiah Ramirez.
Substitution called on for Bowleys. Nate Ramsden coming on. Kreider coming off. That's a substitution that's going to add speed and some versatility on that back line for Bullies. The partnership is going to be between that of Copeland and Nate Ramsden.
Yeah, and with so much speed on the other side, that some makes sense to me.
That's Copeland right there, the partner of Ramsden and Horgan. That's a triangle that adds a lot of stability back there, which is something that they need, because the Islanders have absolutely been on the press.
Really strong performance tonight for Bullies. They can hold their heads high whether they find a goal here or not, but man, I've just been so impressed by this team down from Harrisburg as they're looking to close this thing out and move on to the round of 16. Just got to hang on for, you think, not too many minutes of stoppage time, Gio. This game has not really had much in the way of delays. Hyde has come out, and it's so funny to hear the ref using the yard lines on the football field to tell them where to put the ball down. Only in America will you hear that.
Well, only in this weather, because you got to get whatever communication out quick.
Yeah, right. Bullies have it at the attacking end. Can they cash in and extend this game? That gets sent forward. Oh, that was just missed. Copeland, Gio, had an angle there. If that pass was just a bit to the left, maybe he could have turned and fired a shot. That's one Bullies would like back.
3 minutes of extra time added on the clock.
That's pretty lucky there, as that ball just hit Chinato in his path as he was running down the sideline. Would have gone out of bounds. Bullies have a throw. A goal here would go down in the short history of this club as one of the biggest, but here's the takeaway. Centered up here for Ramirez. Capital City looking to put it away. Josiah Ramirez plays it over to the far side. Puku. How smart is that, just to turn and take it over to the sideline, Gio? That's really unselfish, just trying to run up as much time as they can.
I mean, at this point, although I would like to see them go for another goal, because they have it in their lockers. They might as well try things, but tactically it makes sense.
Yep.
Competitively, I'm selfish.
Well, it's just hard, Gio. I mean, in those situations, when you've got a ball and you can see the goal, usually most guys, they try to run towards it, they try to score, but good awareness there by the captain, who's been so impressive today. Can Gonzayo get there at the far side? No, and out of frustration, he just boots the ball down the sideline.
That's why he's the captain, though.
Yeah. You can't have somebody that makes rash decisions wear the armband, can you, Gio?
Yeah, this is true.
That gets poked through. Oh, what a tackle from the back line. That's Jake Altmore with the defensive plays so far in this game for Capital City. And now here is Ramirez. Plays it over to the near side. Slip through for Null, who's offside.
Shouts of a corner. I'm not sure how or where.
Yeah, the flag went up for offside.
Yeah. Oh, they were telling him to take it to the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I was about to say, what did I miss?
Everybody forward here for Bowleys. If they can't score, Islanders move on. Ball gets skipped away there.
Just 20
off the foot of Mahoney.
Just 20 seconds left of this minimum stoppage time. Obviously, this is a minimum, so we could see more.
Adams ducks it into the middle. That's a strong run there for Christian. Christian gets taken down. Ref says no. Centered up back post. Copeland was there but couldn't get the shot. And there's the final whistle from Harrisburg to the round of 16. Capital City move on.
Texador getting that final cross to put it in the middle of the box. The referee obviously made that decision to end the match before things got heated after that questionable challenge. Referee was up close, so he had all the eyes and all the angles that he could potentially need to call a PK or not. It didn't go that way, and Islanders move on to round of 16s. Big congratulations to the team from Pennsylvania.
They were the better team tonight, Gio. I think you've certainly got to say that to them. But for Bullies, they fought really hard. They got a goal against the run of play, and they certainly had their chances against a very, very, very strong team. And, hey, tip of the cap to this side from Harrisburg. That was a great performance, and I would not want to be matched up with them in the next round.
There you go. Well, this is DMV Sports Media. He's Tyler. I'm Gio. Donald on the camera. We bid all those a farewell, a good night. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and enjoy the rest